everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today, my tummy is a little unsettled right now, and I need food that's going to be very gentle for my tummy. And the weather's getting colder, and it's rainy, and it's drab. So my brain is telling me soup. My body is telling me soup. The flavor of the season is telling me pumpkin. So let's go to the kitchen and let's make some pumpkin soup. I need something soothing and yummy, and pumpkin soup will do it. Let's go cook. So this recipe review is coming from a website called Simply Recipes, and I will put a link to this recipe in the description of the video. But here is our ingredient lineup. So this recipe is calling for celery, carrots, we have garlic, onion. It gives you an option of olive oil or coconut oil. It called for fresh ginger. I thought I had, but I was out, so I'm going to be using this powdered ginger instead, only because I ran out of fresh ginger. These are bay leaves, and canned pumpkin, coconut milk, and it calls for vegetable broth, but I have this homemade chicken broth, and I wasn't going to be making this vegan or vegetarian. But you can certainly use vegetable broth. That's the way the recipe is written. So this recipe is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna prep my veggies, peel them, clean them up, chop them up, and then they get sauteed. After they're sauteed, it goes in the slow cooker with everything else, and they just slow cook and cook down. Then after that, bay leaves come out, and we blend it smooth. It's very straightforward, very to the point, very easy, and I need easy when I'm a little out of sorts. So let's start prepping the veggies. One of these avocado savers. It works for all sorts of fruits and veggies, so the other half of the onion is just going to go right in here. And it's great because it's like this stretchy silicone, and it just sort of like adjusts to whatever shape. And because it's not a dissimilar shape from an avocado, it works. Now that all the veggies are prepped, I'm going to take this plate of veggies. So I have onions, carrots, and celery, and these are going to get sauteed first. When the onions start to get translucent, that's when the garlic and the bay leaves and other stuff is going to get put in. Also, if you noticed while I was prepping the onion, I took like a wadded up towel. What I do to prevent my eyes from watering is I saturate a paper towel with water. So it's like a wadded up, watered paper towel, and I put it on the corner of my cutting board. I don't know why this works. I don't know how this works. I don't know the science behind this, but for whatever reason, doing that, it prevents my eyes from watering up while I'm cutting onions. So that's my little tip for while cutting up onions. Now I'm gonna go saute these. I have my olive oil, so I'm gonna pour some in the pan. And let's get the heat going. So the pan is heating up. Once it's a little bit warmer, veggies are going in. So those onions are starting to become translucent. Now we have to start to add the rest of these ingredients. So we're going to put in these bay leaves. Let me move my ginger to the side here. We got the garlic. Garlic's in. Now for this ginger, because remember I said I was substituting dry ginger for fresh ginger. So the ratio that I'm using, for every tablespoon of fresh ginger, I'm using a 1/4 teaspoon of dry ginger. So that's gonna cook down a little bit more, just a little bit, just a little tiny bit. And then we're gonna put everything that's in that frying pan into the slow cooker along with the other ingredients. Okay, so now I'm gonna open up my slow cooker. Put that out of the way. And all these veggies are going in. Next up, the pumpkin. Then I have my coconut milk, and it does specify to make sure it's shaken. So especially if it's in a colder time of year when it might start to solidify, you need to make sure it's totally liquid. Yep, sounds good and liquid to me. And last up, we have our broth. That's gonna go right on in there. Okay, almost last. It needs some salt. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a quick little mix and just sort of blend everything together, just so that it's not clumpy and we just combine everything. So while it's, while it does its thing in the slow cooker, it does it equally throughout. Yes. There we go. There we go. It's looking good. So that is what's in the slow cooker right now. And it's gonna slow cook for about 4 hours. And time has passed and my soup is done. So let's take the lid off. Let's give it a taste, see how it's doing. Let's take the clips off. Ooh, yeah, steamy. Okay, let's put that out of the way. Let's give it a mixy mix. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. So bay leaf will give it flavor, but you don't want to eat just a bay leaf. We gotta fish it out. We gotta find it in there. I don't know any great tricks to finding the bay leaf other than just stirring it around and looking for it. I think I got it. Okay, that's one of them. There were 2 in there. Okay, I gotta find the other bay leaf. Other bay leaf. Where are you? It's like a scavenger hunt. Like I should get a prize for finding the bay leaf. Oh, is that it? No, that was not it. Where is the bay leaf? Oh, that is a celery. I am sure there were 2 bay leaves in here when I started. Aha! I found it. Let's get the soup out of that. Ah! I dropped it. Get out here. Okay. There's the other bay leaf. Now that the bay leaf has been removed, I have this immersion blender or stick blender. And I'm going to use this to smooth out the soup. So basically the celery, the onion, the carrots, it's going to get blended smooth now. So that's what I'm going to do with this. The other option is you can put it in a blender, but you have to be very careful when you do that because if it's still warm, it could cause pressure and it's not always safe. So I like doing it with one of these stick blenders, the immersion blenders. And there we go. So soup's on. I have my soup in a little mug and we'll give it a taste. So when I first gave it a little taste over there, I had to add more salt. So that whole recipe only called for 1/4 teaspoon of salt for all of that soup. For my palate, I needed a little bit more. So that was just the only little adjustment. But let's give this a taste. Oh, that is pumpkin-y and wonderful. It has like a velvety smooth texture to it. It's not like thin, it's not like a broth, it's got like some heft to it, right? Like This is a thick, gloppy soup, but it's like very smooth and velvety when you taste it. Good pumpkin flavor, the ginger comes through. I think maybe if I were to do this again, I might add some like cinnamon or nutmeg because those are other flavors I associate with pumpkin and with the season. But this is very delicious. This is gonna be very soothing to my tummy and make for good lunch for the whole week. So I'm gonna enjoy this. With that, I am done for the day. I will see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.